Hey guys, it's Eric. Now, quick little PSA before I begin today. As you can see, I am a blood donor. And if you are not a blood donor and you are a healthy individual, donate some blood. We are in the middle of a pandemic. Actually, even outside of pandemics, people are constantly in need of blood, but we are in the middle of a pandemic. So obviously the need for blood has gone incredibly high. So if you are healthy, go on out there and donate some blood because, hey, you never know when you're going to need some, right? Anyway, there we go. PSA handled. Now, what are we talking about today? We're going to be talking about why you need to go blind in order to succeed. Now, you might be sitting there and you're saying, wait a minute, Eric, that sounds kind of weird. Are you saying you want me to go and like poke my eyes out and stuff? Like, that's what I'm going to need to succeed? No, no, that'd just be really weird. No, what I'm talking about is you need to be able to blind yourself to certain things. So, in racing and with horse races. If you've ever watched a horse race, right, you got these six animals and they're just going top speed. But if you ever look at their face, they've got these things on the side of their eyes, and they're called blinders. Now, you might be like, why is the horse wearing that weird thing on its face? But there's a very specific reason why. And it's because the riders don't want the horses to look at any of the other horses as they're running. And the reason they don't want them to see the other horses is because if they see the other horse, then what they're going to do is they're going to start to look over at the other horse. Now, when any animal starts to look at something, its body will start taking it in that direction. And what happens is in a horse race is if the horse notices the horse beside it and steps, the horses are literally right next to each other, going full out. Okay, these are big animals with human beings on the back of them going full speed. So if they're running and all of a sudden they look over and they see this other horse and one of their hoofs, their arms goes out, legs goes out, they don't have arms. One of their legs goes out and puts their leg in front of the leg of the horse beside them. Then all of a sudden that horse trips and they trip and boom, boom, boom. And what you're going to have is you're going to have 3, 4, 5 huge animals just go blam, 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 blam into each other at top speed. All of the animals are going to be injured. They're probably all going to have to be put down. The riders are going to be injured, and it's going to be a huge mess. And so they put these blinders on because they only want the horse to focus on the direction straight ahead. Go forward, go forward, go forward. There's nothing else outside of this view that's important. It's the same thing for you in succeeding. There's there's all this talk about being paying attention to. You want to pay. I shouldn't say. There's this talk about. There is a need to know what's going on in your business and other areas of your life, etc. But at certain points in time, like a horse, right? The horse isn't always wearing the blinders, but at certain points in time, you need to be able to blind yourself to everything else that's going on in your life or your business or whatever. So if you are in a point in the day where you're like, I have to be creative for the next hour, then you have to not worry. There has to be no thought that there's anything other than being creative. Or if you have to focus on finances for the next hour, okay, then nothing else exists for finances. Or I have to be in this meeting, then nothing else exists than me and the other human being or human beings in this meeting and what we're talking about. Nothing else. And that short hyper blindness to everything else, just like the horse running the race for a very short period of time, accomplishes so much more than having your blinders off for everything and going all over the place, and then all of a sudden you accomplish nothing and nothing gets done and everything's a big mess, and it's it's the business version of a pile of horses all clambering all over each other, which obviously we don't want, and it doesn't move you or your business forward. Anyway, so there you go. Horse racing, blinders, business, it's all cool stuff. Anyway, hope that helps. And remember, donate some blood. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions you'd like me to address in future videos, please send them to info@ericlures.com.